15.3, producing more products. So for food storage, people used to dry and can fruits and vegetables. They used to preserve meat or fish in salt. And they tried to store things in cold cellars for other fruits and vegetables that couldn't necessarily be canned or dried. But food still spoiled. Many people died of food poisoning or other food storage related illnesses like botulism, scurvy, lead poisoning, etc. So botulism is something like a bacteria that can occur in canned goods that haven't been canned properly. So you have to follow a recipe, making sure there's enough sugar and acid present so that it will kill any of that, and then heating it to the proper temperatures and then using it before its expiry date. Scurvy is where you don't get enough fruits or vegetables. So if they couldn't can enough or basically just didn't have enough resources for fruits and vegetables, people would die of scurvy. And lead poisoning came when they started canning things in metal. Lots of expeditions, so from Europe to North America, they would have canned goods, and they started to see lead poisoning in the members of the expedition from the canned goods themselves. So, to prevent some food spoilage, we've invented a refrigerator, which we talked about in our second unit. A refrigerator uses a compressor, a motor, and liquid refrigerant to remove heat from that enclosed space. Remember that CFCs were originally used as refrigerant because they were thought to be harmless, stable, and they were really effective at this job. However, later on, scientists discovered that CFCs began to destroy the ozone layer. So take a look at refrigeration has a downside on page 300 of your textbook. If you don't have a hard copy textbook, I've linked this PDF underneath the video here on our website. So, CFCs, again, were the cause of a thinning ozone layer, and they were really dangerous because not only do they destroy the ozone layer, but they last for a really long time in our ozone layer. So although they've been banned, there's still CFCs continuing to destroy our ozone layer. So what are the consequences of this thinning ozone layer? Well, more skin cancer and eye damage in humans because of an increased exposure to UV light. So our ozone layer protects the UV radiation from the sun from coming to Earth. I mean, obviously we get some, but it prevents a lot of it from reaching Earth. So without as much of an ozone layer, we're getting more UV light, which is causing more cancer and eye damage. We get actually a slowed growth of food crops because there's too much UV light, and that stunts the growth of plants. This could lead to food shortages. As well, too much UV light kills phytoplankton in the ocean, which is a producer. And this affects the whole food web in the ocean, which then affects food webs on land because of birds and mammals that eat fish, etc. So that could be pretty detrimental as well. For practice, take a look at page 301, number 1, 2, 3, and 4.